How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Wolves Den. Right now, I'm going to be bringing you a review of this new live-action 2017 Beauty and the Beast that everybody's been hyped for. So I saw this on Friday the 24th, late showing with some friends. A bunch of us have been hyped for it just because, duh, classic Disney movie turned into live action that had some promise beforehand, and we were all pretty excited. It stars Emma Watson as Belle, obviously, Luke Evans as Gaston, and Dan Stevens as the Beast, and it was directed by Bill Condon. And you know what? This was a really great live action adaptation of an animated movie in general. They did a really good job on this. Like they just basically it is the animated movie. For those of you who haven't seen it, it is the animated movie turned into live action. Tweaks here and there, just to add some unique flair to distinguish this from the animated feature, aside from the obvious fact that it's live action. But they did do some tweaks here and there. This is really good. I had a lot of fun with it the other night. There really isn't much of a need to talk about the story because it's literally the same thing. It's not just taking Beauty and the Beast and telling this totally different thing. It's literally the same exact story. Belle starts out as her normal self. Her father gets imprisoned in the Beast's castle. She goes there to save him, switches places with him. The love story happens. Gaston and the mob go to kill Beast. Gaston dies, and the two of them fall in love, and the curse is defeated. Yay! Happy, happy ever after. But what makes this unique, to set it apart from the animated original, is the way the characters are done with a live action thing. Because when it comes to voice acting, it's totally different than full on acting. Emma Watson as Belle, she did a good job as Belle when it comes to comparing the two movies. But at the same time, it felt a little different just because of her rendition of the character. Same thing with Luke Evans as Gaston. It's very much of the character of the animated movie, but the way he went about doing the character, and if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the way he went about being Gaston made it a little bit unique away from the animated movie. That was something I was able to appreciate personally. I honestly would not have wanted just a generic 100% copy. I would have wanted these actors to make these characters their own, and they did. I liked it a lot. LeFou was definitely the biggest change. There was the whole controversy about having a gay character in it, and it's him. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, honestly, they there wasn't anything wrong with it. It was pretty funny the way they utilized him because he pretty much had a crush on Gaston the whole movie, and the way they did about making these scenes, it just lent itself for some really comical moments. Whereas in the animated movie, he was just this bumbling idiot who followed him around. I was laughing my ass off at some of the shit involving him. It was just funny as hell. And Dan Stevens as the Beast was pretty good, honestly. I really liked his rendition of the Beast. The CG visual of the Beast was actually pretty cool. He was really just demented looking. Like he was different looking than in the animated version, but they really, with the artistry that they brought to the screen, really made him like demonic looking to emphasize the whole beast aspect of things. It was really cool. His voice, the way they went about him taking his regular voice and changing it to the beast voice, was really freaking cool. I just had a problem with the way he looks as far as the human form, because in Disney movies the Prince Charming character, I'm saying Prince Charming in a generic sense, not literal Prince Charming, but the Prince Charming in these Disney movies are, you know, Prince Charmings. They're just these handsome, masculine looking dudes. He came off to me more as a pretty boy. That's just me nitpicking. Uh, I'm also viewing this from a guy's eyes. But to me, he just came off as a pretty boy instead of a Prince Charming type of guy. But all in all, I liked him as the Beast. Then you got other voice acting performances from Ewan McGregor as Lumiere and Ian McKellen as Cogsworth. They their I guess chemistry that is of those characters was really awesome and hilarious. It was very reminiscent of how they were in the animated version. It was awesome. The bickering that they did back and forth, it was very cool. And I didn't know Ewan McGregor, unless I'm mistaken, and they did some other, editing stuff. I didn't know he could sing that well. He sang awesome. It was really cool. And that leads on to my next thing, the music. As you would expect, it had all the songs. It was a lot of songs, which if you already know the songs, it might be a little bit annoying at some points because it's like, oh shit, here comes another fucking song. But it was really cool to see. And I swear to God, it sounded like Beauty and the Beast was sung by the same woman. I honestly don't know. Let me know if it was the same exact woman. Because I just flat out don't know. But if it was, they even more nostalgia if you're a 90s kid. But aside from that one, I'm pretty sure all the other songs, I think I can say with confidence that they were sung by just completely different people in general. And it was and I'm talking about of songs that were done by the voice actors, not just the ones with Emma Watson and Gaston and the various others who were actual real person actors doing the singing. I'm just talking about the objects that were in the castle, like Ewan McGregor's Lumiere. As far as them singing, I'm almost 100% sure it was completely different people, and they did really good. The songs were well done for this, still comparing to the animated version. It was very content. And the on-screen chemistry of these actors with each other was very convincing. I believed Emma Watson as Belle and Dan Stevens as the Beast, with them doing their thing for what the purpose of the movie was, just like in the animated movie. And it was very much the same way with Gaston and Belle. Well, Gaston crushing on her and Belle like, no, leave me alone. That was believable instead of just like something that was being staged for the purpose of a Disney movie. They all worked really well, and it was very awesome. In the end, I'm feeling an A- for this movie. It was very cool to see. It's nothing special because we literally saw this movie already as an animated version. So you're literally getting the same movie a second time. But it was very cool. It's very worth seeing in the theater. This isn't a movie where you should feel like you have to wait in order to see it. It's very worth the ticket price. Definitely go see it, especially if you are a fan of the actual original animated movie. But let me know your thoughts on it, especially if you've seen it. How you think it compares to the original. Personally, I still prefer the original. I'm sure most people feel that way too. I'm sure there's some people who have the other thought. But that's just me. But let me know though how you think it compares. Thumbs up though if you're a fan of Disney and Beauty and the Beast. If you like this movie, give it a thumbs up. Share this video, spread the love, spread the word. Subscribe to the channel. I got plenty of room in my wolf pack for you guys. Love to have you. Till the next thing I put up, you guys take it easy.